free to call me at any time. A lot of people have asked me why I'm running, and these are a lot of people that are losing faith in our city council, and it's plain and simple for me. I want to make a change. I want to have a better future for our children. Time after time, we have discussed our children are our priority, our seniors are our priority. We're not seeing anything of that right now. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of people are concerned on the doors that I'm knocking on, our city is going backwards. And we can't have that. We have to grow, we have to move forward. I am a Minnow Lake resident. I'm 42 years old. I've lived in the Minnow Lake area, the New Sudbury area for my entire life. I've had plenty of opportunities to leave, but I've chosen to stay here in Sudbury because I truly believe that Sudbury is a great city and it could be a lot better. I'm running to help stabilize, bring the new ideas that we need in order to move forward. Knocking on doors is a new thing for me, and meeting people. The industry I'm in right now, I meet a lot of people, and everything's the same thing. Taxes, flooding, recreation. Let's start moving forward with that. Let's make a big difference. Let's give everybody in Sudbury a reason to want to work here, want to live here. Not have to work here, not have to live here. Thank you.
Well, this is going with Ward 11. Mr. Pensky.
Hey, Joe.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
My name is Tom Pensky, and I am running for Ward 11 candidate. I've been a member of that ward for 5 years, and I'm a lifetime Sudburian. I live on Bancroft Drive, just past Lebec Street, and if anybody here has driven in that area, you'll very quickly understand why I'm running. I believe that Ward 11 has not been respected in this community for quite some time, and you only need to go into Ward 11 to see that. Our infrastructure is aging. To leave Bancroft Road in that type of disrepair for that long shows that we are not respected in this community, and we need more. And I do believe I can bring more. I will not go as a councillor down to City Hall and bang my fists on the table and demand that people give me the respect. I will go there and be assertive and repetitive, and I will make sure that people understand that I give them respect, but I expect to have respect for me and the ward I represent. There are many flooding issues in the New Sudbury area. You only need to talk to many of the residents there. This has to be dealt with. It cannot be ignored. As Joe said, people are upset with their taxes. You know, taxes keep going up. Our water, hydro, continue to go up. But yet we don't see the return on their investment. We invest in the city, but the city is not investing in Ward 11. And again, Bancroft, Lebec, Portage, Second. You just need to drive in these areas, and you'll see quite clearly that we need to have more respect for the city. The last thing I'll do if I get elected is when I make a decision, I'm going to think of two things. Am I improving people's health? And am I improving people's quality of life? If I'm doing both those things, if I think the decision's proper, then I'll make those decisions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Merci. Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. I'd like to start by talking a little bit about what this ward is. It's a little different ward than what a lot of people see. It's a ward that, first of all, is comprised mainly of Minnow Lake. About 2/3 of the ward is Minnow Lake. Then there's this little chunk added to it called Adanac, which is, of course, the area from Barrie down LaSalle and over. So it's a ward that doesn't fit together very well in some ways, but yet we're stuck with it. And it's one of the problems, of course, with the ward system. I think myself that we'd be better off without them. This ward has 15,000 people in it. It's the fastest growing ward in the city. There's 4 brand new subdivisions approved right now, 606 lots. 2 more subdivisions coming down the line. We've got lots of problems in our ward because of this. It's a ward that is losing its green space. And one of the things I want to do, and this comes from knocking on over 4,000 homes in this ward. People are saying, Terry, we've got to get our green space back. And one of the ways that the people are talking to me about is, let's look at Moonlight Beach. It's a park right now, although if you go there, there's not a lot going on. It's 300 acres, but behind there is another 900 acres that belongs to the Junction Creek Authority, which belong to you and I. Together, we could make this particular park into a 1,200-acre multi-use municipal park, one of the nicest parks in Canada. And we need that very, very badly. But at the same time, this is a tough year. We've got the strike, all the problems with the strike are going to be fixed up. But I've got the experience to bring the views of the people of Ward 11 to council and make sure that they're heard.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Merci.
Here's from Ward 10, please. Go ahead.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Signoretti, and I'm your candidate for Ward 10. I've been a resident of Sudbury all my life. I'm 39 years old, and I'm a family man and a business owner. I've been self-employed for 5 years. What I bring is positive thinking, new energy, new ideas, and leadership. We need business people and instead of politicians and city council. This is what I feel is needed and is missing at city council currently. During the past few months, I've been talking to several residents and business people and listening to their concerns. Some of the major concerns that they have is our downtown core. It needs to be revived. It needs to be cleaned up, and it needs to be a safer place so people can feel comfortable to visit and shop there. We also need to look at other cities and adopt some of their ideas that they've been successful at. The other thing is job creation. We need to bring new industry to our community. We need to keep our youth here, and we need to attract new people to our community from other areas. We also need to look at our recreation activities. People want our playgrounds to be upgraded. We have a nice playground at St. Jerome's Field, but then you go look at Nepewan, and the slide is very unsafe for kids around that area. So we need to upgrade those areas. We also need walking trails and bike paths. In closing, as a candidate for Ward 10, I'll be a new voice with new energy for City Council. So on October 25th, please vote Mark Signoretti. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Calvelli?
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Fran Calderelli. I'm running for re-election in Ward 10. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to come to speak to you today. Can you hear me at the back? Okay. I've lived in Ward 10 for all but 1 year of my life. I won't tell you how many years that is, but I've been a resident for a very long time. Being on council is very busy. It's something you really have to be committed to. I went through my calendar last week just to take a look, and I'll tell you that in the last year, not the term, but the year, I've attended 97 committee meetings, and in addition to that, I've had 83 meetings with either staff or constituents, you know, they're going to look at potholes and road problems and traffic problems, so you have to be committed. Ward 10 has had a great deal of work done in the last few years. We've got Paris Street and Regent Street that are nearly done. The Roxburgh Greenbelt has been preserved, which I think is a wonderful thing. We've had a big upgrade at James Jerome Park. The amphitheater is being redone. Does that mean there's nothing left to do? Absolutely not. I'll tell you frankly, I believe that at City Hall we have to do a freeze on the number of employees. I don't think we can afford any more employees, and perhaps we need fewer than we have now. We have to get our budget under control. It is getting higher every year, and this cannot go on because the city, you know, it's a great city, but we can only afford so much. The downtown master plan that's being done, I think, is going to make a huge difference to the downtown. Certainly in Ward 10, we have some problems. I mean, we have the Elgin Street area where we have problems with prostitution. I can tell you, we're working very hard on it, but change doesn't come overnight. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Ward 12?
Hi. I'd like to thank Friendly to Seniors for hosting this event. Out knocking on doors, I've heard loud and clear that people have not felt that they're being listened to. And because Friendly to Seniors invited us out for this, I'm going to start with seniors. The demographic of seniors has changed over the past 20, 30 years. I need to look no further than my own family to understand that. On my mother's side, my grandfather died at a fairly young age. My grandmother was left to deal with life on her own. She had to find adequate housing. She needed an apartment, and at that time, that was available to her. At this stage in the game, it's not as available for people to downsize, to make the changes necessary to survive. On my mother's side, my grandmother and grandfather both lived fairly healthy, quite well into their late 80s, at which point my grandmother came down with Alzheimer's. That changed life for them, and they needed a new level of care. Again, that level of care is lacking in this city right now. The wait for seniors issues and people who need that care is too long. On the other hand, I look at my mother. My mother, who's in better shape than I am, she bikes on a regular basis over 60 Ks. She's retired and she's in her late 60s. She has different needs than the other two groups. She wants the recreation and she wants the ability to enjoy her life at this point. We need counselors that are out looking for the solutions that people need, that are talking to people on their own terms and finding out these needs. I want to be that counselor. Thank you.
Bonjour, good afternoon. Je suis Jocelyne Landry-Altman, conseillère du quartier 12. I'm Councillor Jocelyn Landry-Altman, present councillor for the ward. I was born, raised, educated in Sudbury, the Flour Mill area, and for the initiated, Primauville. Laurentian University graduate and trilingual, married, mother of two, retired, homeowner, pet owner, and taxpayer in Ward 12. In 2006, I promised full-time, assertive, hands-on representation, and I have delivered. Since 2006, in Ward 12, we've had $14 million worth of road work done, and it's still ongoing. We've had $250,000 allocated to the Junction Creek study addressing flash flooding in the Flour Mill and other affected neighborhoods. I've initiated the preventative plumbing grant program for all of Greater Sudbury. 3 CANs were developed, responding to the area-specific and cultural demographic of the ward, concerns and projects. We have Uptown, the Flour Mill, Le Moulin à Fleurs, and New Sudbury. Monthly meetings have been ongoing since 2007. This is about 100 plus meetings in the past 4 years. I promised a COPS program. We've had 2. I have developed 6 of 7 parks in the ward. We have 2 parks that are senior friendly. In terms, we have Redfern, which is a seniors and tots lot, including a walking trail. We have Ridgecrest, which is the only fully accessible park in a residential area in the city of Sudbury. I promised safety. Video camera installation of the Green Stairs. It was a community project, 200 plus participants. Junction Creek Safety Committee, we have an education program. Pedestrian lighting, eye in the sky.
Thank you very much.
And the list goes on.